Hello, my name is Amara, founder of Iruka Africa Foundation, and of course a creator, and this is Action in 90 by Selves. My name is Amara. I'm a social impact professional, and I love to see people use their unique skills and creativity to impact their world. And I do this through creating content online, creating content at home, creating content in general, in order for people to be impacted and inspired to change their world. Growing up, I always wanted to be a part of a lot of different things. But I seen that there was, people either had like the upper hand in some kind of way where maybe they had a daddy or an uncle that could get them into a room. So I decided one day that if I couldn't get to the tables, I would create my own table. So I started to just do things that come to my mind or I believe that God would put in my heart. And whether that be creating a video online or putting together an event. And I feel like when I did that, it would inspire more people to also be courageous, be bold, and do those things that seem so impossible and big in their minds and create their own tables, basically. Okay, so the Impact Brunch was basically an event where people will be able to come and listen to stories of others and be impacted to do, right? So this edition was called the Builders Edition, or last edition rather, was called the Builders Edition. So we had people like Tracy Anwoshika, Miss Morenike Mulane, and so many other amazing people, Icon, so many amazing people who were able to share their stories so others can be inspired to do more. For me, the Impact Brunch was a leap of faith because I had never done like a physical event. I mean, I had maybe like in university because I'd be doing the most, but that particular time was really just taking a leap of faith in reaching out to people who I felt inspired me and daring to be like, okay, come, let's speak, let's have conversations and let others hear about your stories too. I feel like that's a good question. I think the biggest thing that a lot of people don't understand is your light is unique and there's enough light for everybody to shine. And because of that, it's so important that you be yourself because there's so many people trying to be everybody else. And that's the beauty in creativity. The fact that every single fingerprint is different is such a unique thing. So that means that, you know, your own light, your own shining is unique as well. So I feel like for me, that makes me to continue to be myself and tap into that inner part of me that's like, okay, this is something that's different about others. This is something that's unique to some people, and then this is different about me. So I try to bring that to the plate all the time. And being myself, I try as much as possible not to copy because it just becomes recycled content over and over again or recycled things over and over again. So I just try to come up with, okay, what is this thing in my mind? Even when it sounds like something that is off the norm, do it. Because then this becomes the new norm, right? So this is what makes me to continue to be authentic because also when I'm authentic, when I'm being myself, more people can be inspired because there are people who are actually kind of like me too and are looking for somebody to model what they can do. So being me is the best idea ever because then more people can be themselves too. Y'all got some good questions. Okay, so number one woman that I was saying, I feel like I hope other people would also say too, is my mom. My mom is a superwoman. I mean, from as long as I've known and as long as I've known her, she's always, you know, made some kind of standard to me, showing up. She's a pastor. She's a mom. She's a businesswoman, a good businesswoman at that. She shows up at every one of these fronts as a pastor, as a mom, and as a businesswoman. And for me, that stands out to me because it makes me feel like, oh, you know, I can do a lot in a world that tells a lot of women that, oh, when you get married, you need to slow down, baby. I'm not slowing down nothing, okay? So she shows me that that's one. Of course, other women who I've been so honored to be able to follow, women like Miss Tomi Adisa. She's an amazing, amazing woman. Another superwoman. Morenike Mulane, of course, my mentor. Tracy Anwoshika, another person as well. I can't even name. There's so many women. Even Kuna Anwoshika, biggest inspo for me. A lot of women who show me continue to raise the bar. Like there's so many, especially because I think a lot of times people are so quick to look in the Western world for inspiration when we have so many people on this continent. I'm just like, that's only Nigeria that I've given you. If I go around the world, the list will continue. I have so many women. Of course, African women, we're at the top. No offense. But I'm just saying, there's so many amazing women that I look up to that keep raising the bar and keep making me know that where you are, you thought you've reached it, can keep going. Mentorship teaches people accountability. and also teaches you discipline. I say this because people, at least, and I used to be in this category, a lot of times you automatically think that because you have a mentor, somebody's supposed to open the path for you, when that's actually not how mentorship works. I learned through Pastor Mildred Okonkwo how mentorship actually works, whereby, yes, your mentor is meant to, help you and guide you, but the mentee actually does more work, where you have to keep up with this person. You have to follow and almost be a part of what they do as well. And I think that's where you build the accountability and the discipline, and also humility too, because a lot of times pride can get in the way. Oh, why is this person not reaching out to me? You're not supposed to be helping me. This person's not supposed to be my mentor, but then it teaches you that, oh, well, I can humble myself and say, oh, sa, I need help with this, I need help with that. Or can I come and talk to you about this? Or keeping up with the things that they do and the ways, you chose that person as your mentor for a reason. Having a mentor does build humility in you, because you start to be intentional about asking them for help, asking them for guidance and things that they need to do, because they do have a busy schedule. So I believe that mentorship builds humility, it builds consistency and discipline into one's life, because then that way they're able to really grow. Because the true growth is when you're able to have to use your brain and test yourself and really understand how things work. Okay, 2 things I'll say to develop confidence in yourself. Number 1 would have to be step out. I'm not going to say do it afraid, because I don't believe in that concept. I don't think you should be afraid. So I'll say 2 steps. Number 1, do it anyways. Step out and just be bold and dare yourself to dream. Now, if you can't do that, maybe you want to start from your mindset actually before you step out. So fix your mindset. Start to affirm yourself with the things that you truly are. Oh, I feel this way about myself. I feel that way. But feelings are, what's the English? Thank you. Feelings are fleeting. So what you need to do is focus on who your true identity is. I am bold, I am courageous, I speak and people listen, and begin to affirm yourself with those things. And then as you begin to affirm yourself, taking those steps of faith and just start to do. So, if you want to write a book, start writing. What would you do if you weren't afraid? You would write. So start writing. Or once you finish writing, what would I do if I wanted to publish my book? I would reach out to a publisher. Just start to take steps of faith in order to do what you need to do. And then you'll see that the imposter syndrome and all those things have gone, because usually it's a thing of the mind. So you have to change your mind. I'm going to use an example of when you do things fasting and stuff like that, and you're like, oh my God, I need to eat. I realized that even food is a thing of the mind, because I will literally be like, oh, I must eat, I need to eat. The hour will go by, I'm not eating, not die. So it's actually a thing of your mind. You just need to start to change your mind, change the way you think about yourself, because truly the way you think about yourself will show up in how you look, how you appear, and how you even show up. So you really need to change your mind, and after that, everything else will step in line.